like that. You can come, you can hear about it. No big deal, right? But I also want to address something else. It's kind of an elephant in the room, and I realized this after talking to a few people last week, particularly folks who are in the middle of their life or younger people. I want to talk about membership specifically in a church. The idea of formal membership, I think it's an elephant in the room situation here, can seem like a bit of an antiquated idea. It's old, like why do people do this? Why do I have to sign a piece of paper or something like that? And by the way, you wouldn't with what we're doing. But why is that? And I kind of get it. I sympathize with it. In fact, if you read in the Bible, there's no explicit mention of a formal membership. There's counting at some points of people, but that doesn't mean people signed a piece of paper or anything like that, or made some blood oath covenant to be part of a church. There's nothing like that. So kind of why do we do it? And I'll say a couple things about that. Again, not explicitly mentioned in the Bible. And I feel like being a member is just when you love the people who are in the community, when you serve the people, and when you sacrificially give. Like that's being part of a church ultimately, right? But for whatever, for reasons, this church, along with many others, this church for about 100 plus years has had formal membership as a way of, hey, this is how we're going to keep our leaders accountable. This is how we're going to make decisions, help make some decisions as a church. And I respect that. So here's my plea to you guys. If you have concerns or you have some hesitations, I just want to say I get it. I'm not going to be the guy who is always rah, let's do whatever. But here's my plea to you. We vote on things as a church. Members get to vote on things like budgets, like we have a big expenditure, we have an important change in our bylaws. And I'm saying this as a friend, as a fellow brother in Christ, we need more people to vote. So practically speaking, even if you just think, you know what, I want to support Ryan and the elders, and we need people to hold us accountable, we need people to be involved, and that's really all it is. So I don't want people to be overly intimidated by the idea of coming to our house and hearing about membership. You can, in the end, choose not to do it. And number two, if you choose to do it, it's not a blood oath covenant. If you decide one day to leave the church, I'm not going to track you down and be I'm not sticking an Apple GPS into your Bible as you leave and a tracker, and you're like, oh my gosh, why is this beeping all of a sudden? They're tracking us, honey, I don't even know. But we need more people. Just be real. I'm going into my third year of being a pastor here. Brian's just starting. This is a big year for our church. I sense it. For us to kind of see the vision, get on board. And so love you guys. Seriously consider it if you would. Thanks. Let's continue to sing.